Hey guys, I'm here. Yeah, I had my microphone off. I was just spamming my link everywhere. My microphone should be fine this time. The famous microphone. Just waiting for a few other people to join. So we know Stellar is gonna get listed on Wobby tomorrow, so that might be a good buying opportunity. That might, I mean, it's a good time to check the chart for sure, because Wobby is top 3 exchange in the world in volume. So Stellar. What spot is Stellar right now? Coin market cap. Let me see. Stellar. Oh, six. Top 6. Of course, now updated Binance have the most volume. Bitrex is 8th now. So Wobby is 3rd now with almost $1 billion in volume, and you guys can see here the most traded coins are, of course, the highest in volume, which are most of the time the top 5 coins of cryptocurrency, right? It'll be Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Tron, EOS, in every single exchange, of course. So Stellar being like a monster, we probably have to chart and see a few things, or can be a big trade if things go well, right? All right, so, and then I just wanted to show you guys how I chart, how I start to do things from scratch. So this is my chart when I start. Can you guys hear me? Just to check. I don't want to just talk for nothing. Maybe you guys don't see and I'm talking. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Okay. Cool. So pretty much when I start from the weekly. If I have to do a deep analysis, I always start from the weekly. I can start from the monthly too, but the monthly, I mean, doesn't really tell too much on Stellar. Just a 2-year-long coin, so we cannot just see. We can see that it didn't quite crash from the monthly. We can see that from the weekly too, but we can see the coin was low and it kept going up. We had a huge pump here, then a massive crash to all-time low, and then another huge pump, and now some kind of correction, ups and downs. So go directly on the weekly. Of course, I use Ekinashi to see trend change now. If I put candles, I can still see that, but again, Ekinashi helps me to identify better change in trend, which with normal candles can be a little more confusing. In the weekly chart, by using normal candles, it still works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Again, I keep saying this on every live show, but Ekinashi tells me way better where the trend is going. It's very easy to identify what it's doing. Okay. Okay, so initial pump and crash to all-time low. Doesn't tell us too much, and this is the other part of the trend that it's really important to see now. So if I have to trace some trend lines, actually this is linear scale. Let me put a log scale. Doesn't change too much from linear to logarithmic in this case, because stellar is still pretty cheap. How much did it pump from all-time low? All-time low top by 5,000%. But it's still, you guys can see the difference between linear and logarithmic. It doesn't it doesn't change too much. Okay, so let's chart on logarithmic scale. I see a beautiful symmetrical triangle if I connect the highs and the lows, in this case. Perfect symmetrical triangle that can either break up or can break down. That's how symmetrical triangles are. When the trend though, when the correction, which symmetrical triangles are a correction of this bullish run, right? So there is this correction that's going on, and usually when there is this correction, the coin keeps going up. So I'm not saying that every time it goes up, but there are more chances that it will break up. It's just a consolidation, and if things go well, it should break up. So it's for sure a pattern that we have to consider for a bullish run. So some of the trend lines that I can trace. I want to see if I connect those two lines where it brings me. Would have been nice if I would have nailed this candle, but not that I can see too many things from this line, but a possible target, maybe if we turn bullish, the market turn bullish, yes, for sure we might arrive there, but that's unlikely for now. We have to see before what we got. So on the weekly, I just trace few lines. I don't really look at other things. I really look at indicators on the weekly, even though I can take a look just to have an overall idea. The MACD 1, 2 is still not quite at zero level, which is below here. I'm just looking for some waves right now. So Elliott sometimes correct, symmetrical triangle can correct in A, B, C, D, E correction. I guess I can see Elliott triangle waves, and the correction start from here. That's why I use this point to trace my A, B, C, D, E. So in this case, of course, this indicates another leg down before to go up, but we have to see closer to see what's gonna happen, because the listing on Huobi might just pump the coin hard, or the coin might just hit the level again and then drop. I would like to see this MACD dropping more, but it's better if we see the daily chart better for this analysis. RSI, it's kind of breaking this trend. So there might be a little bullish sign. No divergences that I can see. All right, let's go to our 1-day chart. I'm gonna trace a Fibonacci retracement from all-time low here, from where the bull run started, to the top, and see where it bounced, right? And it bounced on 61% Fibonacci, where the candle closed there. That's a nice bounce. It's usually a good point for a rebuy if you sold ADA, and that bounce matches up with a MACD crossing below 0. Right there, and RSI oversold too. So as soon as RSI got oversold at this level, okay, RSI got oversold at this level here. Okay, let me remove this triangle for now. Actually, let's leave it there. What I wanted to show you guys here, RSI got oversold at this level, right? So right here and right there. Okay, so when stuff gets oversold, of course, you don't want to jump in it right away. You want to kind of start to see some other indicators in order to have a better idea what's going to happen. Of course, some traders just jumping in right away, and you can see the instant spike that happened when the trend got oversold and started to turn bullish. RSI, sorry, gets oversold and started to turn bullish, and when it hit 61% Fibonacci, then we had this pump of, you know, like a week up to 50% Fibonacci, and then dropped. So that was like a pretty good trade, was 30% trade, and then it dropped again. Dropping again, that's where we want to enter, right? Why? Because we can see some divergences. Okay, so maybe in 4 hours it's more. Oh, sorry. So this is a lower low, and this is a higher low, and RSI not really, kind of a double bottom, which is still a divergence in my opinion. I trade this good double bottom. Actually, if you want, you can even trace the double bottom directly on the RSI. So this is the double bottom that I'm looking at. Oh, that's it. So that's a double bottom. So if you buy this level, when it breaks the neckline of the double bottom, that can be a good trade too, right? If you buy here and you sell here. So it's good sometimes to trace stuff even on the RSI. If you guys see, if I bought at that level, when it breaks the neckline of the double bottom, so right here, I would perfectly buy a perfect point where the price starts to go, right? Then you can identify so many things in the trend. I don't wanna, spend too much time, this can be a pennant too in RSI that broke up, and you buy here and you make your profit. Okay, so that was identifying some bouncing. So it bounced here, went all the way up. Let's remove some stuff here. Fibonacci. This trend line has been tested 3 times, so it's legit. So if breaking this resistance will be very important. This one is not really precise. So let's see if I skip the week. What happened? I don't like the support too much, but the resistance for sure is strong. So this is the 1-day chart. Let's activate some moving averages. 200, the 50, for the 100. So what you can see here by the moving averages, we can see some bullish cross happened here at this level. Those were bullish crosses, so the moving average suggested a pump around this level, and the pump, I mean, it was massive at this point, and they all intersected here. So this one would actually suggest a drop in this case, right? So that's not really a nice indicator for Stellar. Delayed. I'm doing this live, so I never look at the charts. I'm just going carefully one tool at a time, one indicator at a time, because I want to know what's going on here. Just want to trace this line for now. Okay, so that's what that is. Usually 50 and 200 are the one that suggest a bearish cross, or a golden cross is a bullish cross, or a dead cross it's a bearish cross. So in this case we have a dead cross, so that indicator suggests a drop, and that happened in BTC. We have seen a bearish cross on BTC with on the daily chart with 250 MA, and the coin dropped after that. So that's not a really nice indicator at this point. MACD on the daily looks like it wants to drop. Actually, there is some kind of starting to reverse a little bit. If we see closer, just because Stellar pumped today, and probably the last 2 days, this is like two days MACD. That's probably why I started to kind of reacting there. But overall, it still looks bearish to me. I need to go closer and see some other stuff that tells me these things gotta break this huge pennant. Still have this thing here, the E. That might happen, so I'm gonna leave it there for now. So regarding divergences at this level, I just see a little one here that already happened. That's a lower low. This is a higher low, and of course from here I had this huge pump, right? That was a nice pump right there. 50%, so that was a good one. Touched the resistance of the triangle, dropped, and I guess we have to go look closer to have a better idea what's going on. Volume, it's picking up after a huge drop in volume. It's been picking up, not really dropped so far. Check OBB. Oh, whoa. That's there we go. Volume has been pretty high. It never really dropped. Which is just pretty solid to see this. Okay, so let's check Ichimoku. The daily, it's kind of a messy here. So we have a bullish TK cross at this level, and the trend that shoot just where the cloud was very thin, so when it was turning from green to red, so there was like a nice spot for the trend to cross, and that's why it crossed so hard, because there was no resistance at that level, talking about Ichimoku. And it dropped, it bounced one time, and then it went through. There was a bearish cross right here, and it dumped. Now, did that happen already? We're very close for a bullish cross, very close, but not sure if it's gonna happen. If that cross happens, we might see something. We're very close, we're just so close, so that might happen. That might really happen, probably tomorrow. So that might cause a buy, and actually it will happen right on Wobi listing Acceler. So Okay, 1-day chart to this sequential line, got here and we had a drop. The gap indicator is not gonna tell me too much. I know what it's doing. You know what the price action is, and it's going up. Of course, the gap indicators is turning. But I mean, it's nice to see when indicators confirm your ideas, I guess. Anyway, let's go check closer for now. Let's see what we see. Well, 12 hours, I see a nice candle right away, which is the today candle, sorry, half day today. A nice doji, a reversal doji on the on 12 hours candle, the previous 12-hour candle. And check normal candles too. Now this is how they look, right? So you tell me if you guys understand better with Ikimoku, with the Ekinashi candle. Way better for me. $12 hours MACD and RSI are looking bullish. RSI is pointing up, pretty good. MACD, it's ready to make a golden cross probably after making a bearish cross, and this probably retraced 50%. Let's go check how much this spike retraced. Yeah, about 50%, 60, around that. Actually, people bought twice on the 50% retracement. Eight hours, we go, of course, we go closer, an indicator turn always bullish and bullish. This could have been some resistance they broke already. In this case, you would have had a nice flat bottom triangle that it's breaking up. This could be something. So a strong support at this level. And as you can see, so let me see, 1 second. Okay, so these two bounds are pretty solid, right? Are nice bounds, perfectly horizontal on some Fibonacci level, right? It's not really precise on the 50 and the 60, but you see the two bounces, the two lows bouncing pretty good on this line. Of course, we have a nice high here that can act as a support. So I traced the line, which was the bottom of the triangle, right? Sometimes if you want to know some support, you can use Ikimoku Cloud, because that will trace support for you. So if I put my Ikimoku Cloud, you guys can see this huge, massive support, right? So that will confirm the line that I drew. And if I go see in the past what happens, I can totally go check and see, do I really have those supports? And you guys can see here, look how many lows touch that line. 1, 2, 3. This was a breakout, but you know, the support was still good here, right? So it's a strong support. We can see some bouncing there, it did so many times, right? That's kind of the middle of the symmetrical triangle. So candle close always about this support, so it's a good support for me, even though it broke with, you know, this is This is a nice inverse head and shoulder that he made here. Reversal pattern, you reach all the way up. Then I kind of made a head and shoulder. And it went all the way down. Now here it probably did some kind of double bottom, and it went all the way up. And now we gotta see what's gonna happen, what pattern is gonna make. I really don't like the indicator that I've seen before. I really don't like this DE correction, but you know, the Huobi listing can be a really good thing. I don't like the bearish cross of moving big average on the daily. That was really, I didn't expect to see that. That kind of like, I don't know, upset me a little bit. Let's go check 4 hours, what we see more here. So we see our triangle even better. Could be a falling wedge if we consider just the wick of the candle. And I'm starting to see an Elliott wave. You know, you guys know I love Elliott waves, so that's what I look for every single chart. And this is a perfect Elliott wave plus ABC correction, hitting on the 61% Fibonacci retracement. It's already here pretty much. I don't really see still completely, but it might be something like here. I have to go look at closely. So we might see some red candles here if I go closer in the chart, and we go up here. The fifth wave can be the longest, the third one cannot be the shortest. So what I do, I see how much percentage this is and how much percentage this is. It's kind of almost there. I like to cheat a little bit when it comes to crypto, when it comes to Elliott waves, because just because we're in crypto and the market, it's not slow and perfect as a stock market. So I'm allowed to cheat a little bit. And you know, this week I cannot consider the long week. It might be just, you know, some people that fuck up and put higher orders, and I can just connect the candles. In the case, my third won't be the shortest if I have this correction here. So I'm gonna go closer. I'm gonna go look at 2-hour chart. Actually, before to look at 2-hour chart, put some moving averages just to see what's happening. So I have, this is a bullish cross and they're spreading apart, and this is what 50 is not really supporting anything. You see the 100, no, don't tell me too much. Indicator, I mean, there is a bullish cross here, of course. More we go closer, more we will see a sign to I just say ahead. So in the 12 hours and in 1-day chart, the MACD was not even crossing, right? So closer we go, more bullish become. But from now on that we are bullish, we will start to become bearish, because if I go on 2-hour chart, probably the MACD indicator will still be up here, and RSI probably already overbought. Let's check Ikimoku Cloud. Ikimoku Cloud broke here the Kumo, and it dropped here for a retest, and it's kind of like going up now, so that's good. to our chart. Now I have my Elliott with those red candles I was looking for. That would be my little correction there, right there, and I might have an ABC correction too here. So this could be an AB correction. Or if this thing stops now, I'm going to see an A, B, C, D, E correction. But let's keep this for now, because let's say it broke this triangle. So probably an ABC correction. It might start another Elliott. Most of the case it does. That's why we look for Elliott to find an ABC or some kind of similar correction, and then expect another Elliott. So we got that retracement 61%, which is pretty good. We can remove that for now. We can trace some Fibonacci extension just to see where it might end up. Oh, that would be my target, 100, and there's 61%. Of course, it would have been awesome to buy Stellar here, but to be honest, I was too focused on BTC those days that I've been really checking any news, any listing, any other things, because BTC was the top priority at the moment, and I'm still, you know, working on the project, so I don't have too much time. So we switch to 1 hour chart. Of course, MACD is already higher here, and there, as I said, the RSI probably was gonna be overbought, and it is overbought. Reach a resistance, so we have to see what happens here. The blue line, which is the top resistance of the main pennant. So this would be another important level to break, that's for sure. There's some kind of FOMO now, so I'm expecting this to keep going up to here at least before the listing. Now just a red candles on the Fibonacci, but you know, nothing crazy. RSI is dropping at 3 minutes. If it drops, because the RSI 3 minutes is pretty high and is dropping down pretty hard, we might retest the resistance of the triangle. So this one could be a very good entry. But there is some entries, some targets, some resistances. And I'm just gonna clean the graphic to just leave the most important things. ABC correction is there, we know that. It's not important. For now, we have a nice support line. Okay. All right, let's go back to 1 day and see what we got. Remove that. Let's clean this. Support right there. Right there. Double bottom and drops there. What is gonna do? What is gonna do? Well, for sure this entry, if it breaks this resistance, this can be big. This can be a good buy at this level. If it breaks here, indicators though on the daily, they're so bad. Not, you know, that those things cannot just turn around and just go up, right? Because they can. So for Stellar, I would wait for a drop that might happen here, just, you know, just a little drop in the 1 hour chart. If it drops to the resistance of the triangle that we found, that this can be a good buy, a more risky buy, because it might drop. So you have to be careful and look at the bounces. But of course, more risky, high reward. So you're gonna make more profit, right? You can make 10% up to here, 12%. And if he breaks this resistance, and depends how he breaks, if he breaks hard or if he breaks and retest it. Probably if he breaks, it's gonna break hard because it's a listing, people might FOMO into it. But you know, it's still a big resistance, so we have to be careful on those level too. Then if he breaks it, my target will be about let's say 4.9, okay, 4,900 a set for a 16%. That's when it comes to short targets. If I would like to look for longer targets, I gotta go a big chart, because we will be breaking this massive triangle. And I mean, of course, I have the longest target will be calculated with the normal Fibonacci extension tool 0.12, which would be this one. So in this case, the targets might be 100 and 160. So 100. So if he breaks and keeps breaking, this might do this, right? And arrive at 100. First target for sure, all-time high. We will see a bounce there. Then all the other levels. So my arrive here, bounce there, go up, bounce there, and then go maybe to 200. So that would be a nice value pattern. Of course, you know, that's kind of the dream chart we all want. I'm just you know, thinking about what can happen if these things break. You know, the coin, it's amazing, so we cannot say anything about it. So there are the fundamentals to go hard, and in that case we will have another Elliott pattern. So this was the first Elliott, then we would have a third Elliott, sorry, second Elliott, and then we have the fifth leg that might arrive at 161%. But again, this is a long-term targets. We have to see if he breaks this line too. And then of course the main indicator probably would be nice to see across the red moving average crossing from below the blue here again, to have a confirmation of a bullish trend. So those needs to cross again, otherwise with this bearish cross we're not going nowhere. I'm expecting the red to kind of like start to go up like that, and the blue to follow, something like that. We would have another cross. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so those are my buy. Those levels on the Fibonacci and the targets. If it drops now and goes on the resistance for a retest, you can buy there and wait. Of course, play with stop losses every time. Sorry. Then you this might arrive to the top of the resistance of this blue line, is the resistance of the triangle, the symmetrical triangle, bullish pennant, whatever you want to call it, and might drop from there. So you have to be careful on that one too. Then if it breaks, that can be a nice buy, and you can go either up to 16% profit from here, or I mean, if you bought from the lowest point, that would be a 35% profit, and 70% profit to all-time high. We have other highs that we have to consider before that, but you know, those are all the possible scenario that might happen in XLM. Okay. I don't think I have to look for anything else at the moment. Let's hope it breaks, and let's hope it makes a nice good trade. We'll make a nice good trade. I like when, you know, big coins like this have such good listing, coins with good fundamentals. So we don't really, and you know, coins with good volume, because you know, we can go on KuCoin and fucking buy coins that pump, and we're never gonna be able to buy a big amount because there's not too much volume. And before we enter any trades and our orders are filled, we're gonna lose. So that's why, you know, I always say don't FOMO in those coins that pump 50%, because order will probably be placed already. They're pre-pumps and pumps, and then they dump on you. So it's not easy to trade those ones. You know, it's very high risk. We can trade if we see some Elliott, but sometimes not even a fifth Elliott wave works, because that would be too easy for the whoever pumps those coins. Actually, it won't be easier for those guys that pump the coins, because you know, everyone would be looking for the fifth wave, and then everyone would be selling. So if everybody is waiting for the fifth wave and they dump on you, they make money and you don't, right? That's the smart thing to do. What else? if you guys have any questions. There's some divergences on the hourly. But it's always that the divergence that I noticed before. Nothing new. See what's happening in 15 minutes. If it's making see, it's kind of bouncing on the Fibonacci. There is an Elliott wave that happened here. So on 15-minute chart, I'm gonna probably expect some kind of an ABC if there is no FOMO, because you know, if a FOMO it's in, we won't see any of that, right? But this ABC might retest on the resistance that we trace, right? Of course, now I trace that too far, but you know, this ABC might really drop. Let's see here, some Fibonacci. If we trace a Fibonacci of Elliott and we trace 150 or 100, see, you might see really bad. But I got so used to trace Elliott wave. Actually, look how precise A, B, and C. I draw A, B, and C. It hit on 38, goes on 23, and hits 50%. It's pretty funny. Because I trace Elliott wave as so many times that pretty much you know, it's right on. But yeah, of course, this might drop to 61% too, and retest that. Okay, so that would be a good entry if you want to enter XLM. This one probably will still be in time for the listing FOMO, and then we go from there. All right, guys. So it was my stellar full analysis. Sorry, I'm tired. If you guys wanna, I'm gonna, you know, do a summary and I'm gonna post in the channel. If you guys wanna, you know, follow me on YouTube, I'm gonna be making more videos like this. Follow me on Twitter if you want, put some likes, you know, support the community, and I will see you guys soon on cryptobeans.com. Thank you.